Do you like turkey sandwiches? Then you'll love the new premium carb turkey and bacon sub at Subway restaurants. It's oven roasted just right, sliced thick just the way you like it. And just when you think it can't get any better, look out. It's got crispy bacon in there too. Order one today on your choice of freshly baked bread. Then select any veggies you want to make your premium carb turkey and bacon sub uniquely yours. It's a great sub for people who really like turkey. Subway, fresh is what we do.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another spontaneous and random edition of True Conservative Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and I want to thank you all for tuning in with me. It's been once again some time since I've done another broadcast, and the reasons go as what I've suggested in previous broadcasts, and I find that there is a lot to talk about here. Hold on just a second. Let me turn the microphone up here for a second here. All right, now that's better. You got to excuse me, folks. I am a little rusty. I know it's been some time since I've been up on here, but folks, like I've said before, I'm pretty much jaded when it comes to providing conservative commentary out here. Although I haven't given up because I continue to do broadcasts, they're just not in an abundant frequency like I usually do. And the reason is, folks, is because when you provide conservative commentary, especially out in the internet out here, you get a vast array of mostly liberal pieces of tree-hugging crap that are going to insist on doing nothing but classic communist methods of agitation just to basically disenchant you. And that's basically the gist of my audience, folks. Now, I know there's a lot of you folks out there that are true conservatives, and I appreciate your patronage. Believe me, you people are what brings me on here every single time I do a broadcast, whether you're listening to me live or in the archive, folks. And I appreciate you true conservatives. But for the most part, the majority of my audience are nothing but a bunch of feminist, bull-dyke, muff-diving, liberal, long-haired, tree-hugging, hippie pieces of bedwetting crap. That's the majority of the audience out here. And why, you ask? I mean, being a true conservative like myself who provides commentary of this nature, why would a bunch of liberals be so insistent on listening to yours truly? Well, I'll tell you why, folks. The reason is because they are now the majority of the American people. Liberalism and feminism, remember it, stick it in your numbskull in there. This is the majority of the American people. This ideology has infested the minds of America. And what's unfortunate, folks, is that it's disguised itself under this political correctness umbrella, this tolerance umbrella. They talk this tolerance talk, this political correctness crap. But once you start questioning their ideology, once you start questioning the motives of liberalism and feminism, no matter what feminist or liberal you're talking to, all of a sudden they want to shut you up, folks. And I'm telling you, if you happen to go into any one of these ridiculous chat communities, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you happen to go into one of these liberal, long-haired, hippie, feminist, bull-dyke pieces of garbage rooms, all of a sudden the true authoritarian nature comes out and they want to shut you up once you provide substance on the debating table. They want to shut you up. They don't even want you to get the opportunity to provide an opposite point of view with true substance. And you see, folks, and this is why I continue, and I will continue to come up on here in an attempt to try to get some of you folks to start understanding that what I'm saying is not make-believe here. You know, a lot of you ass clowns believe that I'd come up on here and, just try to be funny or some crap. I am serious about this garbage. And the reason I'm serious is because I am a true patriot. I'm a true patriot that loves America, that loves the American Constitution. And I'm not going to sit here and allow my country to be withered away from the inside out because of some warped, ridiculous, sick ideology in feminism and liberalism. Now, I understand that the majority of America is appeasing this ridiculous garbage, but I am not going to appease it. I'm not going to acknowledge it. I'm not going to accept it, folks. I've been a conservative all my life. All you folks that have been listening to me on a consistent basis know that I have been a conservative. I've lived the conservative lifestyle. I have children. I've got grandchildren, folks, and let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. I am not going to sit here and tell my grandchildren that it's okay at 10 years old that you can go out and be scantily clad. All right? I'm not going to sit here like most of these Republicans did out here during the damn election this year and sit here and try to justify teen pregnancy. I'm not going to do that, folks. I'm a conservative, damn it. I'm a conservative. And I'm sorry to get too hyper this early in the program, folks. I know it's been some time out here. But once you take a good whiff at what's going on, and believe me, just go take a search out in the internet, folks. Go take a search for politic crap on the internet, and you're going to get nothing but liberalism shoved down your hole. And I don't understand it, folks, because let me tell you, feminism and liberalism, these ideologies that have infested America, that have justified the social ills in this country and have made the social ills the social norms, I can't believe how it's influenced it, but it has. It certainly has, folks, and it's not only influenced our way of thinking as a mass populace, it has influenced every mechanism of government out here. All right, the education system, we've talked about this on several shows, folks, and if you haven't heard about it, I strongly advise you to look into the archive. Public education completely infested with bulldog feminists and a bunch of liberal long hairs, and anybody who doesn't know it, just talk to a high school graduate that graduates this year. Talk to any high school student, especially a male. Talk to a male high schooler and notice the feminine physical features and the feminine vernacular, the feminine physical attributes. Notice how they're really soft tone and they have no bass in their voice, and they're wearing pink shirts and tight shorts, and they're looking like they just got ripped out of a page of a Glory Hole magazine. It's ridiculous. And I can't believe that I'm sitting here in America and having to witness this garbage. And it's hard, folks. You know, I'm a conservative, like I said, and I don't mean to be so hostile in my approach. You see, I get a lot of emails from folks, and I appreciate your emails, whether it's positive or negative. I appreciate it either way. But I get a lot of emails from folks suggesting that I'm a little hostile in my approach to my commentary. Well, let me tell you something, folks. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you like one of these feminist, pussified pieces of feminist crap, all right? I'm not going to talk to you in a little soft voice and, how you doing? You want me to talk to you like this? I'm not going to talk to you like that, all right? You had this prostate-infected, blatant liberal piece of crap running for the Republican ticket, John McCain, talking this garbage about straight talk. I'm giving you straight talk, folks. I'm giving you straight talk. And you see, I am, unfortunately, have been the scapegoat for a lot of folks out here. You know, if you happen to be patronizing any one of these blog talk radio political shows out here, whether it's Republican or liberal or Democrat, whatever they want to call themselves, progressive, whatever that nonsense means, if you cruise any of these damn shows, you'll find a few that were critical of yours truly. I mean, they call me a kook. They call me a nut job. They try to do whatever it takes to supposedly suppress my political perspective or make it irrelevant. And the reason they're doing this, folks, is because I'm a conservative. I'm the last remaining patriot. Well, not just me. I don't mean to sound like an egomaniac there, but I'm talking about the people that listen in, the true conservatives that understand where I'm coming from out here. Those people are patriots too. I have the balls, for a lack of a better term, to sit here and say what I feel. because I believe in participating in my constitutionally protected right in the freedom of speech. And if you love America, you'd be doing it too, you piece of crap. You'd be doing something to save this country. Folks, because this country is going down, and you see, I've also been criticized by these stupid, fruity, Ricky Martin, butt-loving, liberal ass clowns that I'm some sort of a fearmonger. That, oh, Ghost, you're just spreading fear out there. That's what you're doing. You're spreading fear. You're not providing any solutions. What are you talking about, you idiots? Why don't you look at the archive? I've been saying solutions ever since the inception of this program. This program has been around for a long time, folks, already. Well, I wouldn't say that long, but, longer than most, fly-by-night pieces of garbage that you see on this particular Blog Talk Radio network. I have been around for a long time, and I provided solutions. I provided conservative commentary. I provided discourse. I have attempted to provide some sort of discourse on subject matters that, hey, maybe we don't agree on every single issue, but hopefully it sparks some synapses in that simplistic American mind out there that's programmed to do nothing but consume a bunch of materialistic widget crap. Sorry, folks, I don't mean to be getting so out of hand. It's very early in the program. I just haven't been on in some time, and folks, every time I'm away from the show and I go out and patronize America, go out and participate in my everyday activities, whether that's going to the grocery store, going to the mall, going anywhere, you have to come in contact with the general public. And every time I come in contact with the general public, I get sick to my stomach. I mean, it makes me want to puke. All right? Anyway, folks, let me go ahead and calm down here and before I have a damn coronary on the microphone. But let me tell you something. If I have a coronary, I don't care. I don't care if I have a damn coronary. Hopefully you morons would remember what I'm talking about if I had a damn coronary on this damn microphone right here and now. Anyway, folks, this is True Conservative Radio. I strongly advise any of you folks, whether you agree or disagree, please give me a call right now. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We've got a caller here from an unknown name, unknown area code. Hello, you're on the air. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, you're on the air. Stop playing with your Peter Popper and say something. Yeah, well, we're going to hang you up then if you're just going to sit there and act like a jagoff. More liberal agitators, folks. This is what I get on a consistent basis. This is what's unfortunate. This is what's unfortunate. Every time I have a broadcast and I have some live audience members attempt to call in and provide their own side of the perspective, their own discourse, I get nothing but a bunch of fruity-ass liberals or a bunch of bulldog feminists that call in and attempt to just try to agitate the situation. I would be more than happy to debate any stupid liberal or any feminist, I hate how on the Blog Talk Radio Network you have these, stupid roundtables that Blog Talk Radio, concocts, and I appreciate, their attempt at trying to provide political commentary out here, but it's just absolute malarkey. I mean, some of these supposed internet stars that they've created in the Blog Talk Radio Network, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they're all liberalized, all right? They're all a bunch of bedwetting, long-haired liberal hippies. I mean, you can tell in their rhetoric. And what's unfortunate is that, we got to sit here and we've got to palate this crap as if this discourse somehow signifies the majority of America or signifies the majority of that particular perspective here. Anyway, I don't mean to harp on and be so critical about the Blog Talk Radio Network, but, I'm really sick and tired of seeing some of the characters that I'm seeing, plugged in my damn email. Yeah, and plugged in, all over the damn place. I don't appreciate it. I mean, I've heard these people's commentary. I've made these people look like mental midgets 2 years ago when I debated them. I made these people look lower than Mini-Me's nutsack And all of a sudden, these people are brilliant, analysts. These people are brilliant political commentators all of a sudden. I find that hilarious. All right, I find that hilarious here. I mean, folks, I have prognosticated a dramatic amount of things that have come to pass. And I'm not trying to say that I'm psychic. I'm not trying to say that I have some sort of clairvoyant powers or anything of that nature. I just wanted to let everybody know that, the reason that I prognosticate things and they come to pass is because I am a student of history. I observe and I interpret my observations and analyze them critically. I understand what's happening around here, folks. That's why my prognostications, and you can look back in the archives, folks, I prognosticate a whole bunch of garbage. All right? And I appreciate the folks that have emailed me and that have given me props on that. I really appreciate it because nobody really gives two rats' asses. Everybody thinks that, their crap doesn't stink and, their schlong head is bigger than everybody else's out here. And they're real quick to be critical about anybody who provides substance on the debating table because they have no substance of their own. And it's horrible. All right? All right. Well, I'm sorry, 000. I didn't realize that was the only way you could listen. So just go ahead and give me a call again for the person that hung up on me. Obviously, they're having trouble with the connection out here, and that's another problem with Blog Talk Radio Network, but that's another subject. One thing I do appreciate, folks, about this service is that it connects me to folks that, whether they listen to me live out here, and I do appreciate the folks that are listening to me live, and I want to say good late evening to you. It's after 12:30 out here in Texas, and I'm sure it's late in the evening wherever you happen to be in America, and I don't know, whatever in the blue hell time it is, if you happen to be in a global part of the geographic area out here. But the point is, folks, is that I try to provide, commentary. I try to be credible. I like to consider myself an independent, commentator, somebody who provides commentary that actually has some sort of substance, and it's not just something I'm pulling out of my ass out here. I mean, if you hear commentary that's being shoved down our holes by this poor excuse of the mainstream media, you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, these ass clowns are wrong more than 95% of the time, and these idiots are getting paid millions of dollars to do what? To sit there and act like jagoffs, not provide us any type of substance, not to spark our interest, not to spark some synapses in the brain and get us thinking critically, not to get us involved in our own government. This is ridiculous. And this is why I come up on here, because I hope that I encourage some of you folks to get involved, because this was a country built for the people, by the people. But of course, like I've said before, and I'll continue to say it, the people have fallen asleep at the wheel, and now we are seeing the direct consequence of people just sitting there playing with their Peter Poppers, watching the boob tube, waiting for another crotch shot from Britney Spears, or waiting for the next lesbian love affair from Lindsay Lohan. Say that 3 times. And that's what you people are doing out here. And that's why I'm so critical about the American public also, and I've taken a lot of heat for that, folks. I've taken a lot of heat from folks because they say that I'm too critical of the American public, I'm too critical of the American public, that I need to be delicate around discussing the American public. I remember when I had that show titled The American Public Sucks. Every stupid so-called wannabe patriot out here got all butthurt and couldn't believe that I was saying that about America. Well, I'll tell you why I'm saying that about America, folks. I'm saying that about America because that's exactly what we deserve. We deserve some straight talk, damn it. We have done nothing to preserve our liberties. We have done nothing to preserve the Constitution. We have done nothing to love America. All we've done is become decadent pieces of self-indulgent, materialistic, soulless cash whores. That's what the majority of America are. Why do you think they're single parents now that are the majority of the day? Single parents are the majority out here. Why is that? Well, it's because of liberalism and feminism. I mean, feminism has turned women, I hate to beat a dead horse here because I know I've had countless shows on the subject matter, but feminism has turned the modern-day woman into a subliminal prostitute. And it's sick. It is demeaned women. All right? Damn that damn feminist movement. It has demeaned women. I mean, it has ruined the sanctity of marriage. It has ruined the concept of a mother and a father raising children out here. It has directly socially engineered our society. And we've just sat back and watched it happen. We've justified it. We've been bamboozled by liberalism and feminism, folks. And we're still being bamboozled. We're sitting here giving tax-paying dollars to corporate America out here when the American people are suffering. The American people that fought and died for this country are suffering out here, and we're giving our money to corporate pieces of garbage that should be thrown in jail. All these corporate ass clowns that are asking for bailouts should be thrown in prison. They're criminals. They're robbing the American people. And it makes me sick to my stomach. We even got the pornographic industry. The porno industry is actually sitting here and saying, hey, we need a bailout too. Can you believe this crap? The pornographic industry is going to our government to sit here and try to advocate a bailout? But welcome to feminist and liberal America, folks. This is what I've been saying all along. And they're going to get it. I guarantee you that the porno industry is going to get this bailout money that they're seeking out there. They're lobbying for. And what are you idiots, what are you going to do about it? You're going to say, oh well, we need porn. People are morons. And that's why I'm critical of the American public, folks. That's why I'm critical. Just makes me sick to my stomach. I mean, I love America, folks. I love this country. I just question whether or not American citizens that are living here in this present-day America, I wonder if they love their country. Because these people are doing whatever they can to wipe it away. They are wiping their dirty, bacon-bit-ridden ass cracks with the Constitution. They're trying to limit our freedom of speech. You know, they're trying to, suspend habeas corpus. You know, they're trying to do all kinds of ridiculous malarkey that is against what the forefathers put forth for you and I. And this is a serious problem, folks. This is a serious problem, and that's why I discuss it. That's why I come up on here and provide conservative commentary. Because we need it. We needed these, jokers that call themselves conservative commentators have already sold out to this feminist and liberal garbage. They're subtly trying to, kind of lull their audience into believing that, oh, it's okay. Some of this feminist garbage is all right. Don't worry about it. Oh, don't worry about it. The feminist movement is just, this is what they're doing. And you see, folks, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to give you straight talk. I love America. I love the American Constitution. I'm a conservative, damn it. And I'm going to continue to be a conservative until my last breath. That's why I will not, and I repeat, I will not go quietly in that good night and allow my country to be flushed down the proverbial liberal and feminist toilet. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call if you want to call in. If you happen to be a liberal long hair and you have a pair, get on this damn telephone and give me a call. I'll debate you on the issues, boy. And if you're a bulldog feminist, by all means, do the same damn thing. All right? Anyway, folks, here it is. 979, you're on the air.
Hey, it's an honor to be on the air with you. My name is Victor from College Station, Texas.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. How about yourself?
Well, not too bad.
I really just wanted to know, there's been some legislation proposed in California legalizing marijuana, and I honestly feel rather conflicted about that. I am a conservative. However, I really do like freedom for the people, and I never approve any sort of legislation that limits that freedom. But at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of legalizing weed. So I was just curious your thoughts on that.
Well, thank you for your question, sir. And, as far as to your answer about legalizing marijuana, I actually have advocated on previous shows that we need to do something. Not only do we need to legalize marijuana, I think that we need to legalize all narcotics. This is what's the root problem of crime in America is narcotics. Now, I don't want to get off on a sidetrack, but we did have a caller here, and I do appreciate the caller from College Station. He wanted to talk about legalizing marijuana. I think we need to legalize all drugs, and we need to have the government cultivate it, distribute it, dispense it, and monitor who's doing drugs. Bottom line. People talk a lot about how, people on marijuana, they could be flying your plane, they could be, they could be doing surgery on you. Well, so could people doing cocaine, so can people doing heroin, so can people drinking beer. I just don't understand this garbage. And, most of our crime, most of the criminal element is related to this drug-related garbage. And I'm not about throwing Americans in jail unless they do real crime. And we need to start focusing on real crime. That's why I suggest that we need to start maybe looking into possibly, if not decriminalizing marijuana and other drugs, completely legalizing it and having a responsible way to dispense these narcotics and keep track of those people who actually participate in this stuff. This will bring down the cost of narcotics worldwide. This would also eliminate organized crime, gangs, and every other organized crime faction that profits off of the illegalization of drugs. And I'm telling you, it would curb crime dramatically. Now, I don't want to get off on a tirade about that. I did have a show about that some time ago, and I strongly advise you to listen to that show to get all the details on what I just previously suggested. But let's talk about real crime for a second since we're talking about this. We're sitting here throwing people in jail for drug, narcotic offenses, a bunch of dope heads, a bunch of users, throwing them in prison for 20 years. California, you can literally be thrown in jail if you happen to have gotten busted with a 20 bag of marijuana or something 3 times. You could be in jail for 15 to 20 because of this stupid law based on 3 strikes you're out. And I think that's ridiculous. Who we should be throwing in jail and throwing away the key is the damn child molesters. Child molesters get out of jail. They can literally rob the innocence of a child and be thrown in jail for 2 or 3 years, and they're out back doing the same damn thing. And yet we are sitting here throwing people that are basically, doing nothing else but hurting themselves. Granted, they are hurting the society in a way because, drugs are illegal and they have to use illegal means of obtaining those drugs. But if you make the means of it being illegal legal, you won't have the high price of narcotics. You won't have kingpins on drugs and street corners and block hustlers and all this garbage. All right? I just don't agree with that whatsoever. I'm not about throwing people in prison that don't belong in there. I just think that we need to have another approach. This drug war crap it's just gone out of hand. It's turned throwing people in jail into big business, and I don't even want to go that direction. I don't even want to go on this topic. I already discussed this several shows ago, so we're going to end it with that. Once again, you're listening to True Conservative Radio. I'm the host, the man they call Ghost. I strongly advise folks that are listening in to give me a call at 646-652-4869, and just let me know what you're doing. All right, hold on just 1 second. Let me go ahead and turn this down one second here. Getting calls late at night out here. You got to excuse me, folks. I am a businessman, so to speak, and they got to keep me abreast of what's going on out here in my financial doings and all that other nonsense. Anyway, that's not important. I just didn't want some of you folks wondering what in the blue hell I'm getting a phone call at so late in the evening. I'm a businessman. All you folks that have been listening, y'all know. I don't want to get that far deep into my personal life because there's a lot of people out here, these liberal nutcases, these feminist bulldogs that have threatened my life. That are convinced that I'm dangerous. I'm actually been called dangerous. I'm dangerous because I want morality in America. I'm dangerous because I want America to go back to preserving its integrity, to preserving its sovereignty, to preserving its freedom. You know, that just makes me sick. Anyway, folks, let's just go ahead and move on to something else on the agenda. We got sidetracked by that caller, although I do appreciate that caller from College Station calling up. And by all means, 646-652-4869 is the number to call if you have any opinions or want to talk about anything, or if you have a comment, give me a call. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and talk about the recent, I don't know what you want to call it here, but the recent announcement by the Barack Obama presidential house, or I don't even know what you want to refer to him as at this point, the president. He is getting rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. All right? I mean, he is getting rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So what does that mean, folks? What does that mean exactly? You know, they tried to subtly just kind of throw it in there as like a, you know, a little tidbit in the media, but this is kind of serious if we stop and think about it, folks. All right? If we stop and think about it, if they get rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, that means that, you know, gays can just come on up and, oh, excuse me, sorry, folks. Gays can just go ahead, go on up, and join in the military. Now, I know there's a lot of folks out there, especially you liberal longhairs, that are going to sit here and say, well, what's wrong with that, Ghost? What's wrong with open gays being in the military? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with that, all right? This is another attempt by the feminist agenda and the liberals to feminize the last remaining bastion of real men out here. And let me tell you, the American military are the badasses of the bad. And now you're going to sit here and allow gays just to go ahead and openly serve in the military? You know what that means? I'll tell you what that means. That means when you're out there in the field of combat, when you're out there in the trenches, and you need some support out here, and you look back, and you see, you know, your two comrades participating in fellatio out here in the middle of battle because it's okay for gays just to go ahead and join the damn military. What is going on here? Look, I am not against gays doing anything. What I'm against is this open sexual perversion. And you see, that's the objective of homosexuality, folks. They just want it out in the open. They want you to see them participate in this deviant sexual activity. They're not going to be happy until they're out here doing it in the open, and they're doing it in public parks and in bathrooms and all this other garbage. I am not against gay people, folks, and I want to get that clear right now. But what I'm against is the agenda, this institutionalism of gays in America that are sitting here trying to take a page out of Karl Marx's communist book and sit here and become authoritarians and nonsense like that. I mean, I had a show sometime back about when those homosexuals in California were so upset. Oh, their pink little panties were so much in a bunch up their fruity little asses that, the people spoke. They went to the voting box and said, look, we had a whiff of gay marriage. We don't like it. We want to get rid of it. And they got rid of it, folks. The people of California being the most liberal state in the Union, they got rid of gay marriage, and let me tell you, I don't know how more liberal you can get than that. But you know what the homosexuals did? Instead of realizing that, hey, you know, maybe now's not the right time to sit here and spread this ridiculous agenda of us being deviants out in the public, maybe we should just stick to our bedrooms and chew each other up the poop shoots in there and not let the world know what kind of sexual act we're participating in. Keep that to ourselves as private American citizens. No, you know what they did? The gays in California advocated for homosexuals nationwide to call into work gay. Now, what the blue hell does that mean? That means that they asked all the gays in America to just not go to work the next day, no matter what job you have. just call into work and say, you know what, I'm calling in gay today because, well, the California people didn't vote my way. I mean, that's what they're saying, folks. I mean, this is authoritarian crap. And this is what I'm telling all you folks. You people need to start getting a whiff of this crap. Liberalism and feminism is communism. It's authoritarianism. It wants to control your thoughts. It wants to socially engineer your family. It wants to control you, folks. And I'm not about that. I'm about America. I'm about conservatism. I'm about freedom, damn it. I'm not going to sit here and allow some ridiculous ideology to try to infest my mind. You're not going to infest my mind, liberalism and feminism, no matter how much you think you influence this American society. True conservatism are on the side of goodness. I've said this over and over again. True conservatives are on the side of goodness. And it's the liberal. It's the godless, liberal, feminist, bulldog piece of tree-hugging, bedwetting liberal crap that have to justify the sexual depravity that's being broadcasted 24 hours a day on the boob tube. They're the ones that have to justify why pedophiles can go ahead and be free after 2 or 3 years in prison. They're the ones that have to justify that it's okay to have single-parent families as the majority in America. They're the ones that have to justify it, folks. And let me tell you, to all you true conservatives out there that still believe in conservatism, that still believe in morality, that still believe in this country, don't lose the faith. Don't lose hope. We are on the side of goodness, folks, and let me tell you, this whole charade, this whole liberal illusion that we're living is going to come tumbling down because that's what it is, folks. It's an illusion. It's not real. It's not based on any kind of truth. It's not based on any kind of substance. It's weak, and we need to expose it. We need to be true conservatives and understand that we need to come back from the ground up, from the grassroots level. You need to go out to your local community and participate in your damn government before this damn country falls down the proverbial toilet. And that's all there is to that, folks. I mean, that's all there is to that. I don't mean to be getting all kinds of haywire. I don't mean to be getting loud. I know that I sound like I may have a damn coronary on this microphone. But like I said, folks, like I said, I don't care. I don't care if I have a damn coronary on this microphone. Hopefully some of you pieces of crap will sit here and listen, and you'll understand where I'm coming from. I need to calm down, folks. I need to calm down. 646-652-4869, folks. But you want to know why that I'm screaming, folks? You want to know why that I'm going on and on? Because I love this country. I'm not going to sit here and allow this country to be pussified. The absolute pussification of America has been implemented right before our very eyes. I mean, don't you understand, folks, that it's not a coincidence that, you know, you've got a whole bunch of feminine physical attributes, feminine physical features on male youths under the age of 30 nowadays? It's no coincidence, folks. It's because the feminists and liberals have hijacked public education. They've hijacked the justice system. They've hijacked our very government. And I'm telling you, folks, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to palate this garbage. I love this country. And let me tell you, we can come back again, folks. The conservatives can come back again. And let me tell you why. I believe in this government. This government works. And there is historical precedent that this government works. But it needs the people. It needs the people to be at the wheel to facilitate some sort of real progress of humanity in this country. Now, what empirical evidence do I have that suggests that this mechanism of government can work for the people, by the people? Well, by God, the civil rights movement. You know, the civil rights movement, when the people got together and said, you know what, we are going to treat people of every race equally. I mean, we're not going to sit here and continue on with this American bigotry, even though it went against you know, a lot of people's interest out here, and it, you know, ruffled a lot of feathers. We still, as an American people, got together and said, hey, we are not going to sit here and continue on this racist path. We're going to give people civil rights, and we demand it, and we demand it now. And what happened to the government? It cracked. It cracked, folks. Because let me tell you why it cracked. Because if the people aren't with the government, and they are disenchanted with the government is going to have to cave in. And it did. You had a blatant historical racist in Lyndon Baines Johnson. LBJ was a historical racist. You can hear it in his presidential recordings of his conversations. Historical racist. And why did he sign into law the Civil Rights Act? Because the people demanded it, folks. The people demanded it. And I'm suggesting to everyone right now, we need to start demanding a little bit of more moral integrity here in America. We need to advocate a little bit more America in America. And I know that sounds kind of silly, folks, but, I mean, that's what I am. I'm an American first and foremost. I love this country, damn it, but I'm seeing it being withered away. And I've had a whole lineup of shows, folks. You can look back in the archive. We have talked about every situation possible. I've talked about all these issues in great detail. But what's unfortunate is that people are failing to understand what's happening. You know, people think that, oh, it's okay. We're the big American power. We're the big American superpower. We're not the superpower anymore, folks. We are not the superpower. And why do I say that? I'm not trying to be anti-American, folks. I am pro-American. I'm a patriot. I love this country. I am willing to die for the Constitution because prior to that document, man was not accorded rights that were accorded to men prior to that document, folks. I mean, you have to understand the history prior to the Constitution. People were living in peasantry. People were living in serfdom, you morons. That document accorded us the rights that we cherish, that we hold. Well, we don't cherish them anymore because most of the American public are watching them being pissed away and laughing about it and begging for socialism, begging for communism. I don't understand it, folks. Anyway, I'd like to hear from some of you folks out here. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. You're listening to True Conservative Radio. Of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And I appreciate your patronage. We've got some people here in the chat room. I wanted to give a shout-out to everybody in there. I really appreciate you patronizing my chat room here. Anyway, I didn't mean to go off on that tirade about the end of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, but I think it's very dangerous to allow homosexuals just to openly serve in the military. I just think that we're asking for trouble and some sexual depravity and I mean, who in the blue hell knows, all right? Who in the blue? I don't even want to know. All right? I don't even want to know. Now, as for these bailouts, damn bailouts, I can't believe that we've got Barack Obama, the new president. He's going to be sworn in here tomorrow. And what I don't understand is how this man can pile on to the $800 billion bailout package that the previous Congress passed, before the presidential elections. I just can't believe that we're sitting here allowing this, perpetual sponging act that these damn corporate America is doing to us, folks. You know what I don't understand is that we're sitting here, we're bailing out these corporate, multinational corporations. And, folks, they don't need any bailout. They move their damn funds offshore, and they're cooking the books here in America, and they're saying, you see, look, we're losing money. Even though we're a multinational corporation, can hide our damn money in any damn country in the world. But, our books show that we're losing money, and we need a couple of $1 billion from the government. I mean, this is what they're doing. And let me tell you something, folks. If we're going to sit here and pallet bailouts, if we're going to pallet bailouts to the pornographic industry, which is advocating for a bailout, if we're going to bail out the car industry and the airline industry, and I mean, you know, everybody and their brother is asking for a bailout. You know, why don't we own stock in these companies? Well, why doesn't the American people own these companies if we're the ones bailing them out? Can somebody explain that to me? I mean, if we're going to sit here and be socialists, if America is going to bow down to socialism, how come we can't do it right? Are we that stupid? Look, I don't want socialism, all right? I don't want these bailouts, all right? America was not built on handouts. It was not built on giving out handouts. It was built on giving out opportunity. Opportunity, folks. For those who pursued it, for those who wanted it, for those who were persistent. Opportunity. Get that through your head, damn it. Not a damn handout. And that's what everybody wants in this day and age. And it's disgusting, man. I can't believe that this is America. And this is another subject matter of the show here, the dumbing down of America. I mean, you know, America has been so dumbed down, folks. So dumbed down. And just to show you how dumbed down we've gotten, we lack creativity as an American people. And how can I prove this? Well, go take a look on music television, MTV. Take a look at the music that's being produced nowadays. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's uncreative, unoriginal, regurgitated crap. And why is it regurgitated crap? Why is it feminized horse crap? Because we are losing our own train of thought out here. We're being dumbed down by this feminist and liberal education system. I find it funny that we sit here as American people and our property taxes go to these stupid idiots in this bureaucracy of public education, and they don't even have the ability to teach our children about our government. I find it funny that this is a government-run institution, and yet it's not teaching the children how to participate in their government. And then we wonder why our country's going to hell in a handbasket. You know? I'll tell you why our country's going to hell in a handbasket, because of the American people sitting on their fat jelly asses, just, you know, thinking it's a great day in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, guzzling down some cheese whiz, playing with their schlong heads, watching the boob tube, waiting to see what's the latest rodent on Paris Hilton's rotten crotch, looking for an old episode of Maury Povich, just to see and hear those phrases and words that you are not the father. I mean, it's disgusting. And let me tell you, this is why I have a hard time coming up on this Blog Talk Radio network and continuing to try to facilitate these broadcasts. It's hard to facilitate conservative commentary anymore. I'm so jaded because most of these people have done nothing but just allowed this to happen. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words, folks. I've been on this earth for a long period of time. Like I said, I had children. I've got grandchildren, and you know, I don't have too many years left. But by God, it breaks my heart. I mean, it literally makes me want to go in tears, knowing that I'm going to leave this world. And leave this world to my children and my grandchildren to witness this ridiculous epidemic, this horrific specter of liberalism and feminism that has infected our country and that has ruined it from the inside out. It's sad, man. It pisses me off. To be frank with you folks, it pisses me off. But all I can do, folks, is hope to provide some conservative commentary. I'm out here in my local government trying to facilitate conservative commentary, conservative debate out here. I'm trying to get conservative politicians elected. I'm trying to make sure that these politicians are following the people's choices out here and not voting based on how much money they got in their damn lobbying fund. That's what I'm watching out, folks, and you should be watching out for it, too. If you want solutions, if you want to change something, folks, why don't you help me? All right? And what do? It's nothing, you don't have to do nothing spectacular. You know, you don't have to sit here and, go out and, formulate a million-man march or anything of that nature. Just go out. Go into blogs. Go into forums. Go email somebody. Go talk to your neighbor. Go talk to your children's friends' parents. Go talk to people and tell them about this crap. Tell them that we need conservatism back in America. We need America back in America. We need to preserve the American Constitution. We need to preserve American sovereignty, damn it. I need you to help me, folks, and we need to help each other. We need to help each other at a grassroots, folks, a grassroots level. We need to come together and understand that we have to fight this battle from the ground up once again. We've got to expose the very contradictions that are liberalism and feminism. We got to expose this crap. Because feminism and liberalism is a contradiction within itself. And we can't let this charade go on any longer. We can't continue doing it. So help me, folks. Go out and make sure that your politician is voting your conscience. And if he's not, go out there and tell the world about it. Call your damn congressman. And if he doesn't want to talk to you, call the media. And if the media doesn't want to talk to you, by God, tape record the conversation. Call your congressman, tape record the conversation, show how your congressman gives you the runaround, and put it on YouTube, and put it on all these broadcast sites. Expose these power-hungry autocrats who are not voting the American public's interest. They are voting their own greed, they are voting their own pocketbooks, and it's ridiculous, and American people need to stand up and tell these power-hungry autocrats that it's going to stop. You're damn right it's going to stop. Because I have faith that true conservatives out there are going to come together, and we're going to stop this crap. We're going to stop this crap. We're going to expose this garbage. I'm not going to continue on with this charade. I'm sorry, folks, and I'm just a little flabbergasted here. I'm a little out of breath. And let me tell you something. I know that it sounds like I may have a damn coronary on this microphone. And I know for a fact that it sounds that... Hold on a second, folks. Hold on, let me just calm down here. Let me tell you something, folks. I don't care if I have a damn coronary on this microphone, okay? Because if I do, I hope every one of you liberal ass clowns and all you people that are within the sound of my voice and that can hear me and that can hear the passion within my voice, that can understand my anguish, that can understand that this country is going down the tubes, I hope that this sticks in your mind. I hope that this commentary sticks in your mind. Because let me tell you something, all right? I can't sit here and allow this to happen. I mean, I'm jaded. I'm at a loss for words here. And, I don't even know what to say. Well, let me just calm down here, folks. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit on my couch here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit on my couch and just have a therapy session with you folks, okay? There we go. Whew. Let me tell you something, folks. This is why I don't have broadcasts on a consistent basis. Because I don't think that, all this passion, all this energy that I'm putting forth, to help conjure up some conservative commentary, to help spark some synapses in those absent-minded brains of Americans. I just don't think that it's worth it, and I get jaded. You know, I'm constantly conflicted with my own conscience on whether or not to continue on with this program. Because I know for a fact that every time I do this program and get all wild up and, you know, start breaking things and doing whatever I do on the air out here, I know that I'm shrinking my life that much shorter. But the reason I continue to do it, folks, is because, frankly, I'd rather die fighting than sitting here and just accepting this garbage and living longer. I'm not going to sit here and allow this to happen, folks, and you shouldn't either. You should be participating in your constitutionally protected First Amendment right and going out there and expressing how you feel. But you know, folks, sometimes I, walk in the grocery store aisles when I'm looking for my groceries and, see these females and families with these children out here. And you just take a look at the children. Some of these children, they're these new emo kids. I don't know, I'm not too sure if you're familiar with emo, but you got these new emo kids out here that want to slit their wrists because some idiot on a record told them to do so, and they haven't lived but 14, 15 years. They think that, everybody's against them, and they, I hate myself and all this crap. We wonder why this phenomena of emos are happening. Well, it's because Mom and Dad ain't home anymore, folks. Mom and Dad are not raising the children any longer. It's the boob tube. It's the violent video game. It's the public education system that's feminist and liberal in nature. That's what's raising your children, folks. And this is a blatant social engineering attempt by these liberals and these feminists. This is by design. I mean, believe me, do you think that people wanted to voluntarily become single parents? Do you think they just wanted to go out and, just become single parents and, they wanted to have broken families and visitation with their children and all this child support and all this crap? You think they wanted this crap? No, absolutely not. But they were bamboozled into believing that by doing these activities that they were somehow getting some sort of freedom. And as you know, folks, if you happen to be a single parent, not by choice, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you happen to have a significant other that happened to have been deceased, or, you were the unlucky party in an unfortunate relationship situation, you know how hard it is to be a single parent out here. But feminism and liberalism want to make believe that it's the greatest thing to life itself. They want to make it believe that it's liberation. It's liberation if you're a woman and you have 5 or 6 kids from 5 or 6 different fathers. It's woman liberation. It's woman liberation to be sexually promiscuous and hop from penis to penis to penis. Well, that's woman liberation. You see, this is what I'm talking about, folks, and we can't continue to sit here and paddling this garbage. We can't do it. We can't do it. Anyway, folks, I think I'm all right here. I mean, let me tell you something. I know that I almost had a coronary there, but we're going to continue on here in the second hour, and that's what we are approaching. We are approaching the second hour. And I want and encourage all those that are listening in, and I appreciate those that are listening in right now live. We've got a pretty decent crowd here in the chat room, and I appreciate the commentary and the text chat that's happening. Please, folks, bookmark my website at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Once again, I don't have a consistent basis on how I do these programs. These are all sporadic. Most of my listening base is out of iPod, podcast, and I appreciate those folks. I get a lot of great emails from folks who say they listen to me while they're at work, or while they're working on the computer. They slip me into the iPod and they hear me and they laugh up a storm, or they're shocked, or whatever the case might be. I really appreciate you folks listening in. You're the reason why I do this show, and I hope at the very minimum at the very, very minimum, that you take from my commentary a bit of substance, whether you agree or disagree. I mean, we have to come to some sort of common ground here. And I think that's why I attempt to do these shows, to provide that sort of commentary. Now, we are approaching the second hour here on True Conservative Radio. And if you happen to listen to me in the archive or live, I appreciate it. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We definitely want people to call in here. And you got to forgive me, folks. I'm trying to do two things at once here. And I hate multitasking, you know, because I'm doing like four things at once, and I'm trying to do a broadcast. And it makes me sound like a jag-off on the microphone here. I hate that crap. You know, I'm sitting here trying to do a podcast, a broadcast here. I'm trying to do four things at once, and I'm sitting over here bumbling, stumbling over my own tongue like John Edwards trying to explain, philandering around on his dying wife. It's just sick. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. Please bookmark the website, folks, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Like I said, I'm going to have more periodic broadcasts. I don't know if I'm going to make it consistent basis. Like I said, folks, I do have a life, and I'd like to do this more often, but unfortunately, it's really not that financially lucrative, and not that I'm trying to put a price on this sort of thing, but we have to maintain sustenance in this world we live in. To be completely honest, I would like to devote 100% of my time to the cause of pursuing conservative principles back in America. And believe me, I do whatever I can. Remember, I got my financial obligations that I have to deal with. I got family. I got a lot of things. So I try to squeeze this program in between all those things that I have in my lifetime. But let me tell you, I would like to, do this a little bit more often. So, by all means, folks, patronize the sponsors of this particular program. If you happen to see a banner or something, just click it and just check it out and see what they have to offer. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't do much, and you're actually help supporting the show out here. I mean, really. I mean, I would really appreciate it if you did it. And if you happen to be listening to the archive, please, by all means, do the same thing because, I'd like to make this a little bit more of a part of my life, I'd like to be able to have enough confidence to, lay my financial obligations and put them off and pay somebody else to do them while I'm sitting here, trying to facilitate conservative principles on the microphone here. And I'd like for you all to do your part too, folks. Go out there and tell people. Do your own podcast. Do your own blog. If you don't have some, great, radio voice, or you're scared of, microphones, whatever, go on a blog. Go on a chat room. Go on a forum. Please go and do this. All right? I'm begging all of you folks. Go out and spread the conservative principles out there. Spread the conservative ideology. Let everyone know out there, all the liberals, all the feminists, let them all know that we're here to stay. All right, we're not going nowhere. All right? And let them know. And let me tell you, there's a lot of people that are on the fence out here, folks. Not everybody is falling in line, hook, line, and sinker with this whole liberal and feminist bulldyke crap. Not everybody's falling for this garbage. All right? And that's who we have to get at. We have to get at those folks that aren't fully sold on this crap, which is pretty much most of the American people. They're only going along with it because, well, frankly, the American people are stupid. And they have this mob mentality garbage. So they're just going along with whatever's popular. I mean, that's how stupid we are out here. So what we have to do, and I'm challenging you folks, please, if you're a conservative, if you're a true conservative, if you love this country, if you love America, go out there and promote America. All right? Go out there and promote America. Talk against all this garbage that, we got to participate in all kinds of theaters of combat all over the international community because of this, and this. Oh, we got to do this and that. Hey, get all these political discussions that are happening on the internet right now, all of them. All this ridiculous malarkey, and have them focus on America. That's what we need. We need people to stop talking about crap that's not going to pertain to you or I, folks. All right? We collectively have to get together and change this country. We can't accept this socialist crap. I'm a conservative, damn it. I'm a conservative. I am not going to allow this crap to happen. And I strongly urge you, I plead with you all. I hate to keep on with this, and I don't want to keep beating a dead horse here, but please, folks, if you're listening to me in the archive, if you're listening to me live, please visit the sponsors, click a link or two, and go out and spread the conservative word. Go out there to every political forum, chat room, blog. Let them know that we're here. And we love the Constitution. We love America, damn it. We love America. And I genuinely mean this, folks, when I say this. I know I'm getting a little excited here. I know that I'm getting a little loud, getting a little frisky, and it is a little late in the evening here. But I'm really serious about promoting America. This is what we need. All right? I mean, we need help out here, folks, and we need to help ourselves because let me tell you, these foreigners out here, and with all due respect to my foreign brethren out there, no disrespect, but to my fellow Americans, I mean, look at these foreigners. They are taking absolute satisfaction, pleasure in the destruction of America. They're laughing at this, folks. Go into chat rooms right now. Go into forums, blogs. These Europeans, they're loving this crap. They're loving the downfall of America. They think it's great. They think that they're laughing at our transition into quasi-socialism communism. They're laughing at this crap, folks. So you're not going to get any sympathy from these damn foreigners out here. You're not going to get some foreign body to step in and say, hey, you need to give America back its freedom. We need to take it back. All right? We need to put the freedom back in our hands. All right? I mean, I find it funny that we're sitting here in all kinds of theaters of combat, spending all kinds of almost $1 trillion a war. I mean, we're doing all this malarkey, folks, and America is dying within. We have no jobs to suffice all the layoffs that are happening here. We have no means of production. Now, what does that mean? I keep saying means of production, and it doesn't seep in through some of these ass-clown Americans' heads. The means of production means the machines that build the products we buy, okay? Or the manufacturing outlet that, builds the products we buy. The means of production are no longer in America, folks. They're no longer in America. So what does that mean? That means there's no jobs in America, you morons. That we are a service industry-based economy. That means most of our jobs are bartenders and restaurant managers and bus boys and waiters, and hair cutters, that kind of crap. I mean, that's basically what our economy is. It's a service industry-based economy. And the truth be told, 70%, all right, folks, 70% of our jobs right now, of the employment available to the American people, 70% of it can be phased out within the next 10 years because of technology. And then what are we going to do, folks? Then what are we going to do? I mean, this is what we need to start talking about here, folks. I mean, we are losing our own country. Don't you understand that, folks? We are losing our country. And I love this country, damn it. I mean, don't you? I mean, if you're an American and you're, appreciating these rights that are accorded to you, you're exercising these rights, these constitutionally protected rights that you use and abuse out here. I mean, how can you not sit there and be just as, angry as I am? No, people are happy with this garbage. They're praising this garbage. They're embracing this crap. And folks, I plead to you, don't accept it. Don't palate it, please. Because remember, we're Americans. I mean, we created this capitalist game, all right? Everything that was ever created that was ever of any kind of significance to technological innovation and modern industrialization came from America. But I don't foresee that happening, all right? I don't foresee that happening in the future, folks. I mean, do you see some sporadic spawn of innovation happening anytime soon? I mean, have you seen the products of public education? You think that these idiots are going to concoct some sort of great innovation that's going to lead us into the new century here, the new millennium? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, folks. And this is what we need to be very concerned about. And that's why I come up on here to provide this commentary. We need to be asking these questions. Do you hear this crap on the mainstream media? No, you don't. And you're not gonna. All right? You're not gonna. You want to know why? Because the government, or excuse me, not the government, but the media itself is a corporate entity, folks. It's a multinational corporation. And what has taken control of this government? Well, by God, it's multinational corporations. All right? I mean, they're the ones that have taken control of this government. This government was made for the people, by the people. But, the people fell asleep at the wheel. They were getting fat, buying Chinese cheap goods and, iPods and, all this other ridiculous malarkey when they should have been trying to preserve the integrity of their Constitution, preserve the integrity of their country. But they weren't doing that, folks. Multinational corporations were doing that. And that's exactly what the media is. The mainstream media is a multinational corporation, and it's only going to show you what is entertaining to you, folks. Remember that. You're not going to hear any real facts that are going to have you thinking critically and have you a little taken back and, whoa, are you serious? No, you're not going to hear that on the mainstream media. All right? You're going to hear nothing but a bunch of garbage that, is going to make you continue to watch the boob tube. All right? I mean, that's all you're going to continuously hear from these people. I mean, do you think that they have your interest and my interest at hand out here? Absolutely not. They want to pimp you out, all right? Once they have you captivated on some sensationalistic story, like, oh, my God, Paris Hilton has got a monkey on her crotch. She's got a chihuahua. Oh, Lindsay Lohan has a new lesbian lover. I mean, these are the stories that they're pandering to you, and they're pimping you out to all these damn advertisers. I mean, hell, it's getting to the point now where they're integrating advertising with the news stories. Have you noticed this, folks? I mean, I don't know if you noticed this. They're throwing subliminal, two-frame advertisements in between broadcasts. And this is an actual fact. You can go on YouTube and check this crap out. This is ridiculous. I mean, they're actually, within a split second trying to throw an ad in front of your face while you're watching the media and attempting to get informed by this excuse of a media. And they're actually trying to pimp you out while you're trying to be informed. It's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen of all time. And let me tell you, that's why I don't watch the TV either. I mean, as a matter of fact, I think TV is on its way out as far as cable television is concerned. Cable television is gone. I mean, why do you need a cable TV when you got the internet and you can connect the internet to the TV now? I mean, you got people that can produce their own content. You got independent news organizations that can provide their own news. You got independent commentators like myself that can provide independent commentary. And that's why I strongly advise you folks to go out and learn something. Go out and learn about your government. Learn about what they're doing. Learn about how they're selling you out, how they're selling out this country. I do understand, folks, that a lot of this political malarkey is complicated. I mean, but it's meant to be complicated because if it wasn't complicated, it wouldn't be that easy for them to bamboozle you. I mean, that's what I'm talking about here. Anyway, folks, we got, a little over 45 minutes left in the program. I strongly advise anyone out there that has an opinion, give me a call. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. We are here late in the evening. It is Sunday evening. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day, or I should say today is Martin Luther King Day. And I want to say happy Martin Luther King Day to all that are out there. And I think Martin Luther King was a great man. And, I just wanted to commemorate, his day by that little commemoration that I just said there. I think that he was a great man for equality. He was a bastion of the Civil Rights Act. Without him, I don't think that we would have had a Civil Rights Act. I don't think that, anybody would have persuaded a bigoted America back then to start understanding that everybody deserves equal rights out here. And I think Martin Luther King is a great American, and I'm glad that we commemorate his birthday because he's an important part of our American history. He is a person that proves that if you have a cause and you go out and organize yourself and go out and talk about these things, engage the people, tell the people, engage the government, that the government will eventually crack. And that is one thing we learned from Dr. Martin Luther King, and I really appreciate that we commemorate his name with the day, Martin Luther King Day. I think that it's I think it's a good day for America. It's a good day for folks to get out and stop being so damn bigoted out here. Now, I know there's a lot of folks out there who want to sit here and say, well, you're sitting here talking about being bigoted, being this, being that, and yet you want to kick out the immigrants in the country, Ghost. You want to kick out the immigrants, so doesn't that mean you're a racist? No, that doesn't mean I'm a racist. It means that I love America and I want to preserve the American, institution, or not the institution. I want to preserve American sovereignty. I want to preserve the American identity. That's what I want to do. I don't want to sit here and allow the American identity to just be withered away like it was just some, pipe dream of some sort. Absolutely not. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me here. I'm going to cut the show short. Hold on a second. I got one of these stupid free Apple iPhone advertisements from the Blog Talk Radio Network. I really don't appreciate it. Anyway, I got 13 minutes left in the program. I'm going to cut it 30 minutes short here. I do want to spend the last 10 minutes of the program hoping that I can appeal to the audience out there, whether it's live or in the archive, to please email these shows out to whoever the hell you know, okay? Because we need to have these debates. Even if they don't agree with what I talk about, even if they will despise me and think I'm despicable and disgusting and hate me, all right? Please, I'm begging you, email these damn shows, email the links, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Just email them to everybody you know. And tell them to listen to a show or two and ask them what they think about it. And then, once you do that, have a prelude. Use that as a prelude to talk about politics and trying to change their mind to come into the conservative ideology, folks. This is what we need to do. We need true conservatism out here at a true grassroots level. Please, go out there and spread the word about True Conservative Radio. Please. I mean, that could be a prelude for you to talk politics about somebody if you're a little scared to talk about politics. You can email the show and say, oh, hey, look what I found on the internet. Oh, hey, tell me what you think. And they'll listen to the damn show. And then you can call them back or you can email them and have a political discussion and try to persuade them that modern feminism, modern liberalism is ruining America. Because we need to have these discussions, folks. All right? We need to have these discussions. I'm just one man here in a, Blog Talk Radio broadcast here. Occasionally I go into a few chat rooms. I'll do some blogs, go into a few forums every now and then. But I don't have the time. I got a family here. I got responsibilities. I want to do this, though, folks. I want to be there with all of you. With all of you conservatives when we finally take over the majority once again. I want to be with you all. And I want to devote my full time into pursuing the conservative agenda. And what is the conservative agenda, folks? Well, you don't have to look anywhere else, none other than our Constitution. That's the conservative agenda, the Constitution. And preserving that document. And not sitting here and accepting the social ills, becoming the social norms. That's another thing that us conservatives need to start pointing out. We can't palate this immoral crap anymore because it's become the majority. So, folks, I plead with you, please, all right? Spread the word about True Conservative Radio. Let everybody know. Have as many political discussions as you possibly can out there. Spread the conservative word like wildfire. Because that's what the liberals did, folks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what the liberals did, folks, and that's how they won the minds of the American people. They utilized every venue of media to anesthetize the American public. Because, let me tell you something, folks, they conned them, folks. They conned them into believing that feminism and liberalism was some sort of tolerant and political correct utopia when it's nothing but a bunch of authoritarian Karl Marx worshiping crap. And we need to expose this, folks. Remember, this is an illusion. This whole dominance in political ideology that feminism and liberalism has, it's an illusion. It's built on an illusion because it's not real. It's fake. It has no substance. They can't justify what's happening in America. All they can do is agitate. All they can do is change the subject. All they can do is personally attack you. They can't justify why it's okay for women to have 5 or 6 kids from 5 or 6 different fathers and equate that to woman liberation. They can't justify why it's okay for anybody to have 5 or 6 different divorces because, oh, it's okay. Let's turn the institution of marriage into a trivial ideal. They're the ones that have to justify why child predators have to be let go after 2 or 3 years. They're the ones that have to justify all this ridiculous, immoral, sexually depraved activity that is becoming the social norm out here. They're the ones that have to justify it, not conservatives. Not true conservatives. So, folks, please, all right, I extend my hand out to you, fellow conservatives. Please, I need your help. Spread the word about True Conservative Radio. And whenever you're listening to me live or in the archive, please, click on a few banners. Patronize some sponsors. And let everybody know that conservatism is not going to just sit around and watch the bastardization of America. All right? I mean, I'm not going to do it. Anyway, folks, I mean, I have to take a deep breath sometimes. I got to just take a deep sigh, and I choke. I choke on the liberal and feminist stench that's in the air out here. That's what I do. I have to choke on it. I have to choke out here because it makes me sick. But, folks, all in all, every time I get up on this broadcast, every time I try to facilitate commentary on the Blog Talk Radio Network, every time I try to reach out to those folks that want to listen to this program, I try. I try to let everybody know that we need to put America first. And what does that mean? That means, all this crap that's happening in Israel and Palestine right now, who gives a crap? Why in the blue hell should we even be involved in this garbage? I mean, we got so many things wrong at home over here, and yet we all want to go out here and save the world. You know, this is what I'm telling you when I say that multinational corporations have taken control of this government. Because it's the multinational corporations that are funding the lobbying bank accounts of these politicians we send to office, folks. It's no wonder why we have these imbalanced trade deals and these ridiculous tax laws that send the means of production outside of the United States and into China and into South America, where the American worker has to compete with the Chinese worker who's forced by the Chinese government to work for 15 cents an hour, and the American person has to compete with that? It's nonsense, folks. It's absolute malarkey. And anybody with any kind of rational thinking, anybody who has any kind of a conscience, anybody who understands what's going on out here will agree with me too. It's a shame, folks. It's a shame. What have we become, you know? What have we become? I mean, there's so much I want to say, you know. I want to scream, you know. I want to break stuff. I want to throw stuff out my freaking window, you know. I literally want to, do, some outlandish things right now, but I just got to take that deep breath and understand that, there's nothing I can do other than what I'm doing, folks. There is absolutely nothing I can do than what I'm doing, and all I can do is advocate to you folks out there, please, help the conservative movement. Help the conservative principles. Help the conservative ideology. Spread the word about true conservative radio, please. We have a great listener base on the podcast. As a matter of fact, that's where the majority of my listeners come from, is the podcast, and I appreciate your patronage. But, folks, please spread the word, because conservatism will rise again. It will rise again, folks, because we are on the side of goodness, folks. Never forget that. Never forget that crap. Anyway, folks, we got a little less than 3 minutes left here in the program. I want to sincerely thank everyone who tuned in live. We had a lot of people live in the chat room. We had a lot of people listening live this program. I really appreciate it. I want to send a happy Martin Luther King Day to everybody who is listening out there. Please go out, participate in some family festivities. Take a look at some of the marches that are happening on the television set, some of the speeches, some of the commentary that's happening. Let's not go backwards in our racist history. Let's move forward and understand that if we are going to be Americans, we are all Americans, all right? Nothing else, all right? Anybody who tries to claim anything else that lives in America other than America is a damn traitor, all right? Bottom line. And I don't care if you're a damn foreigner that came in here legally and you're a proud European or an English tea drinker or whatever you are. I don't care. If you're obtaining citizenship in America, well, by God, you need to be a damn American. And that's all there is to it, folks. Anyway, please bookmark the page. Everybody, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Like I said, I'm going to start frequenting this broadcast a little more. Bookmark the page. I'm going to start broadcasting anywhere between the times of 11:30 p.m. Central Time to about 1 o'clock a.m. Central Time. So, just look on the blogtalkradio.com/ghost website during those time periods to see if you can catch me on a live broadcast, or you can add me to your favorites if you know how to do that. And, just wait until the next broadcast, folks. All right? And if you happen to be listening to me live right now or in the archive, please, by all means, patronize those sponsors. All right? Take a look at them and see what they have to offer. It ain't going to hurt. And you'll help support true conservative radio. So please help me out, damn it. Don't be a liberal ass clown and sit there and just, flap your little fat Cheeto-stained liberal fingers on the keyboard talking a bunch of malarkey, and in actuality all you're doing is spitting on America. Anyway, Bookmark the page, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. You have listened to another edition of True Conservative Radio. Of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. Please spread the word about True Conservative Radio. Do not palate liberal crap. Don't palate feminist horse crap. Don't palate these muff-diving, long-haired, hairy-armpitted piece of Gloria Steinem-worshipping trash. Don't palate it. Don't accept it, folks. It's liberalism and feminism that has ruined America, and by God, true conservatives are not going to stand and allow it to happen any longer. So if you're a true conservative, please spread the word about this program. Email the links, email the programs, download it to your podcast, spread it out to the world, because conservatism will rise again. All right? And we're going to preserve the integrity of the Constitution. We're going to preserve the sovereignty of America, one conservative at a time. Thank you very much, folks. Until next time, thank you very much for listening. Death to Feminism.
A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.